Great. So I'll ask you as you come in to please write if you could put your full name and your parish on your title there, that would be great. Super.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, welcome.
Thank you.
Hello, good evening.
Let's give it a few more minutes here. Thank you all for coming on. Hi, Philomena. And as we get going, when we actually start, I'd appreciate if you're able to have your cameras on. We're going to be moving forward, spending a lot of time together, so good to build community in that way from the start. If you're able to put your parish as well into your name on the screen.
Okay. I just wanted to let you know I'm going to have to leave at 8.
Okay,
For
we'll
work.
probably be done by then. 8,
Okay.
8, yeah. It's not a long meeting. It's
Okay.
just the facts.
Yes.
Jane, I don't know how to put my parish on my name. I don't
Okay.
In chat.
appeared there. I don't.
Okay, don't worry. We'll introduce anyways.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So some more people will probably come in, but this is pretty close to the number I'm expecting, so that's wonderful. So welcome all. Really glad that you've come to find out what the next steps are in hopefully starting up a parish mental health ministry in your community. And we'll begin, as always, with a prayer. So I am going to share my screen here. So you'll learn as you'll spend time with me as we go through this training together, that I talk my way through any online presentation. So here we go. All right. So again, welcome. Really glad that you're here. Thank you for taking time out of your evening and for time to consider if this is something that the Lord is calling you to do and to give to your community. We'll begin with a prayer in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Loving God, you are our source of healing and hope. Like the Good Samaritan, help us to see, listen, and care for those struggling with mental health challenges. Give us wisdom to support with compassion and courage to break the silence and stigma. Fill every heart with your comfort, reminding us that no one walks alone. May this ministry reflect your love, bringing light to those in darkness. We make this prayer through our Lord, Christ our Lord. Amen. Okay. Spirit. We'll begin by going around, and if you can let me introduce your name and what parish you're from, that would be a big help for me and all of us. So I'll start with Genevieve. And you have to unmute, Genevieve.
Hello, I'm Genevieve Lisenko from St. Joseph Parish in Port Moody.
Welcome, Genevieve.
Thank you, Jane.
Cecilia.
Yes, I'm Cecilia Marquina. I'm from the St. Peter's Church in New Westminster.
Okay, great. Rosa.
My name is Rosa. I am from St. Mary's, Vancouver.
Great. Okay, welcome. And Philomena.
I'm Filomena Chacha. I'm from Immaculate Conception, Delta.
Great. Alexander.
Hi, I'm Alexander Quickenbaum. I'm also from Immaculate Conception, Delta.
Awesome. And Carla.
Yeah. Hello. I'm here from St. Peter Parish.
Great. Welcome.
Yeah.
Great. Tracy.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tracy Lee. I attend St. Augustine's Parish in Vancouver.
Great. And Irene.
Hi.
Who I know, that's why.
I'm from Irene from St. Nicholas Parish in Walnut Grove.
Great, welcome. And Andrew.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I'm from St. Bernadette Parish in Surrey.
Great. Very good. Well, welcome everyone. Tracy, I assume that's your note taker there?
Oh yeah, I don't know how to turn it off. It's actually a part of my school feature that there's a note
Okay.
taker that comes in. It's not recording. I actually turned it off.
Okay.
But
I am recording the meeting, so
Yeah.
so we can send it out to people who couldn't be here
Mhm.
tonight. Very good. Okay, just wanted to tell you a little bit about my experience in Rome because I just got back from there. The conference was called the Ministry of Hope, and it was 50 people from all over the world working in mental health ministry, who were called together by Vatican leadership and by the Association for Catholic Mental Health Ministers to really let's see where the church is at right now. What we need to move mental health ministry forward, and really from the highest levels. Even the general audience that we went to was Pope Leo was speaking about that we need to be there in the midst of people's despair, people's stress, people's anxieties, people's struggles. And so this ministry of presence and ministry of bringing hope is really we are on the forefront of where the church is moving in the world today. So it was really exciting from that perspective, and exciting to be able to come back now and begin these beginning steps to bring this from the universal church down into our individual parishes and really start making a difference in this area in Vancouver. So very excited to begin this journey with you and to explain a few of the what the next steps are going to be to get the ball rolling here in Vancouver. So I am going to share this. Yeah, it seems to be some sort of habit that I have now that I have to talk about this. Okay. So I want to review a little bit about what parish mental health ministry is. And you'll hear me repeat this almost every time that we're together, and certainly it will come up through the training, but it's really important that we have a unified understanding of what it is that we are starting here. Okay, so parish mental health ministry is a group, a ministry at your parish that does three main things. And that is to increase the awareness around mental health, that this is something, especially mental health challenges, that affects everybody. If it's not with personal lived experience of mental illness, it's in supporting individuals who do. And so this really is, there is no other here. We're not bringing people in, we're really serving ourselves in this ministry. So in that awareness and education around what mental illness is and what mental health is, and what the support and teaching of the church and scripture is in this area, we're really doing this work of reducing the stigma so that conversations can be started. The church can really come in and be that presence. Our ministry can be. The second is advocacy, and so that is coming alongside individuals with lived experience and families that are supporting people and people who are touched by mental health challenges and mental illness, and really witnessing that everybody has a place in our communities, as well as we are willing to be beside people in crisis in those dark places. And that being beside comes to the accompaniment. And so part of the training that we'll be doing is effective accompaniment of any individual, not just those who are really struggling with their mental well-being, but how to be a person who can effectively and walk alongside individuals in their journey with Christ. and in their journey to become more and more who they were created to be. And there's a skill to that. There's a skill in listening, and there's a skill in just being with someone and being that presence and that prayerful presence. So that's the goal that we are going to be working towards. So just to reiterate what mental health ministry is and isn't. Mental health ministry seeks to better accompany those with mental health challenges and those who support them. Want to foster within our parishes communities of compassion and inclusion, and work together to reduce stigma, deepen our spiritual response, and affirm the dignity and worth of every person. Mental health ministry does not offer clinical mental health services or therapeutic support groups, but we do equip clergy, staff, and volunteers to provide informed and integrated pastoral care. Okay, so is there any questions? Or I'll come to questions at the end. It's a little easier for me to be able to see everybody when I'm not sharing the screen. One really important underpinning, and this comes from Sanctuary Ministries, but it's a really important underpinning of the way that we think about mental health ministry in our parishes. And quite often we think, okay, who are we serving? We're serving people on a spectrum of mental illness to no mental illness. Okay, that horizontal continuum there. But the reality is that there's another continuum that we're all on, and that is, are we flourishing? Do we have mental well-being, or are we really languishing in our mental health? Okay, we don't have that mental well-being. And the reality is that everybody is in one of those quadrants right now, and we are really serving people, helping them regardless of what their diagnosis is. We're not really concerned about that. Okay, well, and we don't diagnose, but what we do is help individuals to really move up in their mental well-being, and really realizing that this is all of us. And God is, in a big circle around that whole the quadrants. And so we are helping God meet individuals, or helping individuals meet God in each of those quadrants, and hopefully moving people up to the, being part of the support network, and bringing hope so that people are moving towards more and more mental well-being in their lives, regardless of those struggles. So the steps to starting a parish mental health ministry are, first of all, to get the endorsement from your pastor. And I'll be going through the details of each of these steps in a minute. Secondly, is to participate as an initial cohort. We'll do this together, going through the Association of Catholic Mental Health Ministers online training. And thirdly, to complete mental health first aid certification. That is a 2-day first aid program or workshop. Fourthly, is to complete our Archdiocesan screening. You may already have done 90% of that, but we'll start a file for you here at our office. And finally, to complete sanctuary facilitator training, which is an hour, 2 hours, nothing onerous. But the sanctuary course for Catholics is going to be the first event or activity that you're going to be offering at your parish. From there, we'll do more tailoring of what you're offering, and our office here will support you in what you feel that, having done a needs assessment of your parish, what you feel your next steps are. But this gives kind of a consistent starting point for everyone. So the pastor endorsement. what I'll be sending you after this meeting is a link to a permission form. So if, over the next day or two, you think about whether or not this is really something that you're called to. And if it is, then complete the registration form, which gives me your permission to send a letter to your pastor asking for his endorsement of your training, and that you will be training to be setting up a mental health ministry in your parish. Okay, this is to make sure that we're right off the get-go. Pastors don't have the feeling like somebody's gone rogue in their parish in this area. Okay, so we're just making sure that everybody's on the same page in terms of endorsing this ministry. So at the end of as I said, at the end of the meeting, I'll be sending you out that link to the commitment and training form. If it happens that your pastor discerns that really this isn't something that right now is sort of in the plan for your parish, don't panic. If you still really want to be involved in mental health ministry, we will find another parish for you. Okay, it's always good when you've already got the connections made in your parish that's where you're doing this, but we can definitely still be part of this process. So we will definitely, there are pastors out there who want ministries in their parish who not sure who will come forward. So it's just matching needs where there is desire. The Association of Catholic Mental Health Ministry Training is an 8-part online course. So there are 8 videos and then follow-up reading and personal reflection questions with each of those 8 videos that you do at your own pace to some extent. Okay, the videos are really well done. And they go through what mental health ministry is and isn't, what the goals of mental health ministry are, a lot of emphasis on what the boundaries are. So what you are called to as a mental health minister, and where you are to refer people to mental health professionals or to spiritual direction, etc. So there's a lot of emphasis on that, which is really important. It takes you through step by step, doing a parish needs assessment, as well as building a team and different advice on ministry promotion, etc. As I said, it's for the most part self-directed, but at the beginning, in the middle, and in the end, just so that people are keeping on track with completing the work. We will have a cohort Zoom meeting with one of the directors at the Association for Catholic Mental Health Ministry, and they will lead us through some more in-person training and it's sort of like a masterclass in this ministry. So that will happen 3 times over the 8-week time frame. And I've been through the course, and it's the reading is heavy, but you don't need to do all the reading. A lot of it is just to have there as background, so you can kind of go through the chapter headings and stop at something that really is good for your context. The videos are about half an hour, so in total, with the reflection piece. On the longer days, it was 1.5 hours to 2 hours a week, but some of it was just an hour. So just give you a sense of the time commitment for that. The mental health first aid certification, and this is a new workshop. They've just split it into an essentials, which I'm doing next month with the 30 or 50 clergy. But the certification is the one that will be best for you in this frontline ministry. So that is a 2-day, 12-hour workshop taking you through the skills needed to recognize mental health distress, declining mental health, and deliver immediate aid until professional help arrives. And also, yeah, as I said, to recognize the signs and symptoms of mental health decline, and be comfortable and expert at accompanying people in that, and finding and helping them to get to resources, and to develop their skills and confidence as a mental health first aid responder, because this is the realm in which you are putting yourself there as a trained responder within your parish community. The safe environment screening will be similar to what, if you've worked in parish ministry in a vulnerable sector, you would have, it's the same screening that we do at the parish level. So if you already have a file at your parish that's up to date, we will just be speaking to your screening coordinator, and I will go through the code of conduct, because it's just a little bit, I want to make it a little bit more specific to the mental health realm. So and just have that opportunity to be able to have an in-depth conversation with you about your work in this ministry. And so there'll also be, I'm not 100% certain of this yet, because I have to run it through our Safe Environments department, but there'll just be a signing off on the boundaries awareness, that you are aware that what you will be doing at the parish is not in any way counseling or therapy or advice giving, that this really is a ministry of presence and spiritual pastoral support. As I said, the first piece that we want to offer at parishes is the 8-week Sanctuary for Catholics course. And you're welcome to go on and take a look at that. Again, the videos are 20 minutes. There's a really good guidebook that lays out each of the sessions. By the time you come to offer that course at your parish, you will have a team around you to be able to offer this in a small group format and have assistance. So there's excellent support. And Brianna Russell, who is the Director of Engagement for Sanctuary is a Vancouver-based ministry, will come in, and she did it. Will do training for you and facilitating that, and you'll be able to bring in your teams as well, and just get them really well prepared with the course. So you'll be well situated to be able to offer this at your parish. Once you've been through all this training, you'll be more trained than I ever was when I was put in prep ministry and that sort of thing. So that's the overview, and I'm sure there's a lot of questions. So I'll throw a few questions for you out there that you can answer. So what stands out for you as you look at this training plan? Do you have any fears or apprehensions? What do you aspire to live in this training? But also ask your questions. So I'll stop sharing my screen now and just open it up to what you're experiencing right now. Having seen that, what do you need to make a discernment? Any burning questions or comments? Tracy?
I'm just wondering, so the goal is to essentially deliver the sanctuary course at the parish level. Because I've looked through the sanctuary course, and in many ways it's similar to some of the aspects of the mental health certification. So yeah. I'm just wondering, so is the goal then that the facilitators would be trained in the mental health first aid, but then in terms of what we would do in the parish, it would be the sanctuary course?
As a first offering. So we're highly recommending that will allow you to have something that you've got all the materials there to promote. It gives a really good broad understanding of that connection between faith and mental health, and allows you to, in a sort of plug and play format, almost gather a ministry together. So that's why we're highly recommending that. And then from that point, you'll have a better feel for, okay, maybe it's really a prayer group that will be our next step, or a scripture study, or a simple time and space for people to come and tell you their story and have somebody to listen to. So really that then it will be tailored to the context.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
It's really just the beginning, right?
Yeah, exactly. And we'll help you with that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this establishes you as a leader in the parish
Mhm.
in an easy way.
Mhm.
So
I see.
yeah. Good question. Thank you. Philomena.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I understand correctly. Would this be a group of people who would meet together, the participants and the counselors, or would it be one-on-one? Or could it be whatever is what you're saying is that it depends on the need of the parish? Not,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Okay. So once what you will be trained as the leader of the mental health ministry group at the parish. Okay. And you will form your team around you that will help you to roll out the ministry using Sanctuary. The mental health professionals, the counselors, the psychologists, etc., aren't part of mental health ministry. They can be you can know who they are in your parish to perhaps consult with an issue. Have a list in your parish of available counselors, but they're not part of the work that you're doing at the parish. Does that make sense?
okay. I think I got that part.
Yeah. Okay. So
So-
if you are, let's say you run the sanctuary course and there is a need for, that we want to get together and have a prayer ministry. That really is what people are, at the end of the sanctuary course, you've done the needs assessment, what people really need is a place to come and, sort of connect, with their faith and be able to give voice to what's on their heart through prayer. So then that might be your next offering, okay? And you would look up resources, and I would help you to design a very simple weekly prayer ministry, or Lectio Divina, or like something like that. Or it could be there are many other programs out there. For example, there's a Catholic recovery program. Maybe that's something you take a look at if there's a context in which you've got people who are really recovering from addictions, and there's a place of support with that theme. Does that make sense?
Okay, I think I'm getting it.
Okay.
I might be asking more questions.
Oh, please do. No, this is new, right? Like
Yes.
we're the first in Canada. We're breaking ground. So yeah,
Okay.
and my vision is not necessarily going to be what's going to work on your ground. So that's it's the flexibility needs to be there. So
Okay.
within the boundaries.
Right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jane.
Okay. Okay, Cecilia.
Jane?
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Jane?
Yeah, is that Genevieve? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
As a leader for a parish, how many participants you would need as a leader group, to form a team?
As a team,
yes.
as a team member, as part of the training with the association, they'll be taking you through a needs assessment, and that will give you a feel for how many people on your team.
I see.
How many people you're going to serve. But as a starting point, I would just for a parish my size, which is IC Delta, so it's a big parish. Sort of gathering maybe 3 or not more than 3, 4 to 5 other people who have a real heart for this ministry and want to be present with you in that first offering.
Yeah, because my
Okay.
parish is quite small too.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So maybe two, if for besides the St.
yeah.
Joseph.
Okay, I understand. I think I understand. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be a large group. It can be 2-3 person starting it up. Yes.
Yeah. But the point is to have somebody with you.
Yes.
Yeah. More than two two or more for any parish, because and again it goes back to what you'll learn in mental health first aid, and what we're telling our pastors, and that is you need not to be alone in this ministry, and you need to be looking after your self-care and have somebody to talk with, because this can get tough. Okay,
Yes.
there's so much joy in this ministry. It really is, but it also needs to not be alone in it.
Very good, thank you.
Okay, Irene?
How do
and then
we
Cecilia.
how do we find people to join us as a team? Is it from knowing someone who might be interested, or and just ask them ourselves, or how do you go about doing that?
Yeah, different. And part of the training talks about team building and who to kind of look for and approach. Different parishes have and different pastors have a different approach to volunteering, and especially in volunteering in vulnerable ministries. So some parishes, so it's important that you know and have a conversation with your pastor. Does he want, before you approach somebody, to know who you're going to approach and to kind of discuss and endorse that with you? Okay. Or is he going to say, form a team, find 4 people and just make sure that they are familiar and know what's going on.
So the pastor would have to be informed or checked with.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's something to have when you have a discussion about the endorsement document. Okay. To say, I'm going to be forming a team here. So how do you want us to work together to form that team? Okay. Because that one I've worked in several parishes, and it's been different. Volunteer engagements being different in every single parish. So yeah. Okay. Cecilia.
Yeah, I only wanted to confirm. So basically, for what I'm getting, after the sanctuary cares, we could kind of like develop, not probably like a diagnosis, but like the roadmap of what we would like to do in the parish based on what is discovered, discussed, expressed in those sessions, right?
100%. Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
As long as it's within that boundary of you're not
for sure.
providing it. Yep.
Okay. Okay. Perfect.
Yep. Super. Great. Any other questions?
How about if our pastor wants us to pair us with an existing ministry, like say a grief ministry or something like that? How would that be? Or if it's not, if it's different, it's slightly different. It's different, because grief is just attending to people twice a year. Those who have lost somebody, a son, a spouse. So.
Yeah, exactly. And that will be again sort of navigated within your parish context. So because it could be that the grief ministry continues to kind of operate separately, and mental health ministry, because there's still lots of need. Grief ministries is a very kind of very specific area, but the mental health ministry could function as prayer support for that ministry, but for other individuals as well. That could play out, but it's not that one would replace the other.
No.
Okay. So
yes.
Yeah, and it could be something like, you send one of your team members to be part of the grief ministry team, so that there is that working together. Who knows? But it'll be navigating that as you come in. and also, finding out, talking to your pastor or assistant pastor, whoever's in kind of in charge or overseeing those ministries, what their sense of the way that the best way to operate would be.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Okay. Any other? Yeah, Cecilia?
Is there any particular time when this sanctuary course is expected to be developed?
It's already developed, and you can go and take a look at it now. I'll send you, when I send out the reg link, I'll also send out the link to the sanctuary course.
Okay.
It's also unformed. And actually, here in the pastoral center, about half our staff is going through it starting tomorrow. So we'll be.
So we can start right away?
Yeah, definitely you can start reviewing that. The one thing that you can't start is the association training. We'll be doing that together.
Okay.
So we all have the same start time with the initial meeting with the association. Okay.
Everything is on Zoom? Everything will be on Zoom?
Yeah. Yeah. So the sanctuary course, we could look at doing it together, but definitely we could, you can start reviewing those films there on your own. Okay. And taking a look at some of the resources. Yep. Irene?
Do you have an outline of what exactly we are to do from day one to the end of the course? Like, is the next step to do the sanctuary course?
Okay, so the first step is to get that pastor endorsement.
Before we do the sanctuary course.
You can look, you're free, that's available to everybody, free online to take a look at it. So that we just sort of reviewing what one of the resources is going to be. So you can go for that anytime with the link. But the first step is getting that pastor endorsement. And once that's in place, then we'll be, once I've got all the kind of cohort defined, who's going to be going through the training for sure, then we'll meet again and we'll set like sort of best time of the week to have those meetings. Okay. And we'll also discuss at that time whether we want to meet weekly and do the sanctuary course together. So, or whether if you're working on the association course, that's going to be too many hours in the week. So, okay. Rosa.
Yeah, I wonder if the mental health first aid is gonna be in a place or in person.
That would be my preference. Tracy?
Yes.
Can I just thank you so much, Jane, for mapping it out, what the process is. I feel like I've kind of done a whole bunch of things that in a different order altogether. And as you know, I'm actually certified as a facilitator for the mental health first aid. So I was wondering if that was a role that you would also like me to perhaps look at playing, because I'm happy to deliver the course to the cohort or
and so I think that whether it's there's quite a few people that aren't on the call tonight. So if we get up to 16, it would be great to split that so that we can offer 2 different times.
Right.
Okay. Or once online and once in person, depending on what works.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, thank you. Okay. That's still to be determined, Rosa, but all will be revealed. And we've got, once the association course starts, that's an 8-week deal. We can be working on the timing for the other pieces as we're journeying together in that. Okay.
Thank you.
Do you know when that will start?
As soon as I've got the pastor endorsements in, so I'm going to be sending that out today. And when you get back to me to say I've got the permission, I'll send an email, but I'll be making a phone call too, to make sure that they're all away on study week, as you know, this week. So I'm hoping by the end of next week I can get a good, be saying, okay, I've got the cohort together that's going forward. Okay. And so then we'll look with the association. So all that to say, I'm hoping that we can get a couple weeks under our belt before Christmas. And then, but we'll play it from there. So it's a little loosey-goosey still at the minute, but it is coming to, it's crystallizing slowly. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Philomena?
I remember, my memory's not as great as it should be, but I thought that I took kind of a preview course online. Now, is that something, and it was to do with, I thought it was to do with the mental health ministry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that could well be that it was about eight separate videos.
Yes.
Okay. So it could be that you've already gone through the introduction.
Right.
So that will make a little less time going through it this time with the cohort. Okay.
So that was correct in doing it when I did it.
Yeah.
Done. So the next step, they would be longer videos and work.
It'll be the same. Yeah. It'll be the same videos. But there'll be reading and reflection questions.
Okay.
Yeah. And actually, when it comes to when they, introduce needs assessment and team building and all that, you'll be reflecting on, okay, with what I know of my parish, how does this look, for me in my context? Okay, really bringing it home to the reality.
Okay, and you were saying that it would be a weekly meeting that we would aim for, or would it be every 2 weeks? Or
so the work is paced in on your own pace, but we're going to be meeting 3 times on Zoom with somebody from the association in that 8 weeks. So there will be a schedule, like by this date, you should have watched this video and done this reflection work. Okay, when we know the start date, I will send that out. So, and they require you, in order to be kind of certified as having done the training. The association requires you to of the 3 group meetings, to at least have been at 2 of them.
And these are the live meetings, you mean, the in-person?
No, they're not live. She's in Denver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they are online. Yeah.
Okay. And one other question is, once we determine what is required or in our parish, and we start we'll call it a program or ministry, and then it would also be another issue of the need, whether whether it's available once a week, every 2 weeks, that kind of thing. Is that also to be determined per parish and so on?
Exactly. And that will come out as you're going through the training and you do that needs assessment. Okay. Whether, So that stage, how you deliver sanctuary, whether you do it as a weekend retreat for people, or you do it as once every 2 weeks or once a month, as we're doing it here at the Archdiocese, that is really what is meaningful for your context.
Okay. Thanks, Jane.
Okay. Irene.
I noticed somewhere that a recommendation is the Catholic Mental Health Ministry Guidelines for Implementation. It's a book. Is it something we should have? Will it be helpful?
Yeah. So when we get ready to start the course, there is the Catholic Mental Health Ministry Guideline book, and that is downloadable. I think it's about 190 pages or something like that. You can print it out if you want to and put it in a binder like I did. But yes, that is a part of the course, and that's where the readings come from. Okay.
Great. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, Cecilia.
How can we share with you our pastor endorsement? Is it gonna be through email?
So what you were going to, I send you that registration link, that's
Okay.
you giving me permission to send a letter to the
Okay.
pastor asking for his endorsement, and your pastor and I will communicate.
Okay.
So I get his signature on that. So I will send you an email to let you know that I have contacted your pastor.
Okay.
So that everybody knows that it's a transparency.
Okay.
In your case, and Carla, and who else is that? And Carla. I know that your pastor reached out to me. So there's going to be a little bit of an easier or smoother process. It's just a rubber stamping at that point. So,
exactly. That's why I have the question. Okay,
yeah.
perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, but I've got to have it in a file somewhere.
Yeah, I know. I understand. Okay, perfect.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I've got the timeline. So it would be, I wouldn't have to first talk to my pastor.
No.
It would come, you would do the talking.
Yeah.
Marla. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's helpful to me if you give a heads up. In your case, Philomena, I've already talked to your pastor.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm already in two other ministries.
Not about you. Yeah,
I don't
not about you personally, but about having the ministry at IC Delta.
Yes,
So
but
yeah.
I'm already involved in two ministries, so I don't know if it would be okay for me to be involved in another one as much as I'd want to. But anyway, just a question. Okay, thank you. Thanks.
Okay, great. Very good. Okay, any other questions? This is great, by the way. Thank you for really thinking it through. It's excellent. Okay. Andrew, Alexander, Carla, all good?
Yeah, I think I'm good. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so when I send the email tonight with that link on it, I'll give you the few days that you have to discern that. So give it to prayer, okay, and let us know. We'll get when you fill out the form, we get the notification back as to what your response is. So, and any other questions between now and then, feel free to reach out either by email or by texting. My cell phone number is 778-997-4672. And let's put that in here. Texting is a good way to get a hold of me. Just when you text me, please say who it is that's texting. I get a lot of texts, especially on a Tuesday when I've got prep, and so that's great. And just overall, are you excited, nervous, questioning whether, wondering what the heck you... So, any comments?
Oh, looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Exactly. Times two.
Mm-hmm.
Good. That's great to hear. Well, my hope is that in the training that we're going to be doing together, that there'll be a real confidence there, that we're not, and a sense that you're not having to really remake the wheel as you bring it into your parishes. So I thank you very much for coming forward as really pioneers. Certainly not just in Vancouver, but definitely in Canada. So kind of neat. Canada, other dioceses I know already are watching in terms of we'll learn the lessons on their behalf. So I'm really excited, a real sense of adventure about this for sure, and know that it's a really, really important work. Okay, so look for that email, and we'll get the ball rolling on that, and hopefully there'll be a lot of movement next week when they're back from their study week. Hopefully well rested and well fed, and we'll get going. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very good. Oh, great. Well, thank you for joining in.
Thank you so
And
much.
we'll be seeing you soon.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you,
Okay,
everybody.
take care.
Take care. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
We'll just close up quickly with a prayer.
Okay.
So the glory be to the Father and to the Son and to the Holy Spirit,
Holy Spirit,
as it was
in the beginning,
now and
now
ever
and
will
ever
be,
shall be,
world
world
without end.
without end.
Amen.
Amen.
Saint Diptma,
Pray for us.
Thank you. Okay.
Mhm.
Good night.
Good
Good night.
Thank
Thank
you very
you.
much.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye bye.